Started with nothing but a dream, a distant light nobody could see. The road was long and filled with doubt, but I never turned around. May the victory mine. The nights were long, the battle's real, the pain was something I stood there all alone. He chased the sunrise through the years, ignoring laughter, ignoring tears, climbing mountains made of pride, while love was waiting by his side. The world applauded every gain, but never saw the hidden pain. For every trophy on his shelf, he slowly lost himself. What is victory without a hand to hold? What is wealth when the heart grows cold? The answers come too late for some. When the final day has come, the weight of gold can break the soul. If you forget what makes you whole, the brightest stars are not the ones that shine, but the hearts that leave a light behind. And every act of kindness grows like rivers where compassion flows. For in the end the truth unfolds. Love is worth more than gold. I met a woman with a gentle smile, who walked the extra mile. She never owned a mansion high, yet carried heaven in her eyes. She gave her time when others ran. She healed the wounds she never planned. And every life she touched that day still remembers her today. The world may celebrate the strong, but kindness is what lives on. Long after names and fortunes fade, the good we've done remains. The weight of gold can break a soul, but love can make the broken whole. And every dream worth fighting for begins with something more. For every heart that learns to give discovers what it means to live. And when the final chapter's told, love outshines the gold. because I learned to walk alone, because I never let them see the broken child inside of me. I built these walls year after year out of disappointment and fear. Every promise left behind became another line. But even stone can crack someday. When enough pain finds its way, and every heart, no matter how strong, still longs to belong. This heart made of stone still beats, still remembers old dreams, still hopes for something more than what it's fighting for. And though the world turned cold on me, there's still a part that believes that somewhere beyond the pain, love remains. I've carried silence like a friend through every beginning and end, and hidden tears behind a smile for a very long while. But every night beneath the stars, I wonder who we really are, and whether all the wounds we have never be anything they could see. The years came hard like pouring rain, leaving scars and leaving pain. But every wound became a lesson learned, and every loss became a turn. When the darkness tried to steal my name, the voice inside refused to change. It kept whispering through the night, don't stop the fight. There's a fire within my soul, burning stronger than before. Every mountain, every wall couldn't stop me at all. Through the ashes I still rise, with determination in my eyes. And no matter where life begins, the strongest flame lives within. I've walked roads nobody wanted to take, carried burdens that almost made me break. But every sunrise taught me one more thing: hope still has wings. And even when the sky turned gray, the dream inside refused to fade. Because some hearts were born to shine against the tide of the world may doubt, the world may judge, but courage never gives up. And every step along the way made me who I am today. There's a fire within my soul, burning brighter than gold. And when the final chapter ends, I'll know I never sky was black as midnight rain. fear and pain. Every step felt heavier than before, standing at a broken door. The world kept turning cold and fast, trying to bury my past. But somewhere underneath the scars still burn forgotten stars. When the waves were crashing down and I felt myself drown, something deep inside remained, calling out my name. Through the darkest storm I stand, holding faith within my hands. Though the thunder shakes the sky, I refuse to say goodbye. Every lightning strike I face only makes me stronger every day. When the clouds are finally gone, I still carry on. I've seen dreams fall into dust, watched hope betray my trust, but every ending taught me how to fight for another sunrise. The storm may stay another day, but fear won't make me run away. Because courage isn't born from peace, it's born from whispers, take and run. The other says, become someone. One wolf feeds on fear and pride, one walks with truth as its guide. Both are waiting in the dark, fighting for my heart. Every choice becomes a road, every burden forms a load, every lie we justify leaves another dream to die. The mirror never hides the truth, no matter what we try to do. The soul remembers every scar and knows exactly who we are. Two wolves inside are calling me tonight. One leads toward darkness, one toward light. And every step I take decides which one survives. The strongest victory were days I wanted to give in, when every loss felt like a sin. The mountain stood before my eyes, too high to climb, too wide to rise. The winds of doubt would call my name, trying to put out every flame, telling me I'd never reach the sky, no matter how I tried. But every step became a stone, building strength I'd never known. And every fall upon the ground taught me how to stand. The road was never meant to be easy. The stars were never meant to be near. But every dream worth holding on to requires courage over fear. Beyond the mountain waits the dawn, for those who keep moving on through every storm and every night, toward the light. And every dreamer who survives keeps the fire alive. For every peak we finally see began with belief. I've watched good people rise from pain, turn heartbreak into strength again. I've seen impossible become real, for hearts that never kneel. The world will test us every day, try to make us lose our way, but hope remains a faithful friend until the very end. When the sky is dark and cold, factory whistle echoes through the cold, another story never told. The rent is due, the bills are stacked again, pressure sitting heavy in my head. I lace my boots and face another day, with nothing guaranteed my way. I watch good people lose their dreams, fall apart at the seams, while others keep pretending life is fair when survival's everywhere. But every scar upon my skin reminds me where I've been, and every fall I've suffered through made me stronger than I knew. I was built from broken roads, from carrying impossible loads, through every storm that tried to bring me down. I stood my ground, and though the world can be unkind, I won't surrender what's inside, because the strongest hearts are often made in the darkest days. I remember when I was 17, running fast with bigger dreams, believing I could conquer anything before life changed everything. The years came hard and taught me lessons well, about heaven and about hell, about sacrifices no one ever sees, and fighting through the memories. I've worked my hands down to the bone, spent too many nights alone, wondering if all this struggle means a thing, or if hope still has a way. Still I hear a voice inside, refusing just to hide, telling me to keep moving on, even when my strength is gone. I was built from broken roads, from carrying impossible loads, through every storm that tried to bring me down. I stood my ground, and though the world can be unkind, I won't surrender what's inside, because the strongest hearts are often made in the darkest days. Some nights I sit beneath the stars alone, thinking about the road I've known, the friends I've lost along the way, the promises that slipped away. But somewhere in the midnight sky, I still see a reason why. Every wound and every tear I've cried help me Now I see my reflection in the glass, a little older than the past, but there's still a fire burning in my soul that nobody can control. And if tomorrow brings another fight, I'll face it like I did tonight, because giving up was never who I am, and never will I be. I was built from broken roads, from carrying impossible loads, through every storm that tried to break my soul. I paid the road tonight. And the city fades beneath the light. I've been walking down these broken roads so long, trying to find where I belong. People pass like shadows in the rain, carrying secrets and hidden pain. And every mile keeps teaching me somehow nothing lasts forever now. Oh, I'm waiting by heaven's light tonight, watching stars disappear into the night. Every prayer keeps drifting through the sky, like echoes passing by. And if tomorrow never comes my way, don't let my memory fade away, because somewhere beyond the stormy blue, I'll still be close to you. Mama, I can hear the old church bells ringing softly through these empty streets again. And every sound keeps pulling me somewhere back to days when life felt fair. The wind keeps whispering through the trees, like forgotten songs and memories. And every scar I carry in my soul only made me old. Oh, I'm waiting by heaven's light tonight, people know, where fear can never touch the sky, and broken wings still learn to fly, where hope survives the passing years, beyond the doubts and fears. That's where the eagles fly, above the storms and endless nights, where courage meets the morning light and dreams come alive. That's where I wanna be, where my spirit can run free, beyond the limits of this life, where the eagles fly. The valley taught me how to fight, the darkness taught me how to find the light. And every mountain that I climbed prepared me for the sky. The higher you rise, the clearer you see the person you're meant to be. And every struggle left behind becomes part of the climb. One day I'll spread these wings above all earthly things, and finally understand the journey and the plan. That's where the eagles fly, beyond the clouds and endless skies, where every dream and sacrifice finally shines. And when my story reaches the end, my soul will rise again, above the mountains of this life, where the